The biggest economic crisis in history is coming, and the consequences will be devastating. In the early years of this century, we witnessed three major financial crises that shook the global economy. First, there was the collapse of tech companies in 2000, known as the dot-com bubble burst. Then, between 2006 and 2007, the subprime mortgage crisis began to unfold, leading to the 2008 banking system collapse, which resulted in the bankruptcy of major financial institutions and forced governments to intervene with massive bailouts. Now, the big question we need to ask is, will the next crisis be even worse? Many people still talk about the Great Depression of 1929 as if it were the worst crisis in history. However, what lies ahead might make 1929 seem small in comparison. When I watch CNBC programs, which I call bubble vision, I see analysts trying to reassure the public. But the truth is that the problems we face today are far greater than anything we've seen before. The reason why I and many others are warning about this is simple. We are facing an inevitable collapse. I am extremely concerned about the future of the economy, the sustainability of the financial system, and the impact this will have on people's lives. The US dollar, once the most reliable currency in the world, is becoming increasingly fragile. The US government continues to accumulate astronomical debt, and to try to fix the problem, it prints more and more money uncontrollably. It's like using one credit card to pay off another. This cannot last forever. The greatest opportunity to build wealth also comes during a crisis. Many people fear economic crises, and with good reason. However, there is an important detail that few recognize. Crises also present great opportunities for those who know what they are doing. If we look at history, the greatest periods of wealth accumulation have occurred precisely during times of collapse. Those who prepare before the storm can take advantage of market downturns to buy high-quality assets at extremely low prices. The problem is that the upcoming crisis will not be a temporary one. It could last for years and completely reshape the global economic landscape. One of the biggest uncertainties in the market is whether we will face prolonged inflation or a massive deflation. To understand this, we need to analyze the relationship between debt and GDP, as well as the velocity of money in the economy. In recent years, the US government has significantly increased the amount of money in circulation, known as M2. In theory, this should lead to uncontrollable inflation. However, there is one factor preventing this: the velocity of money, which measures how frequently money circulates in the economy, has dropped dramatically. People are not spending as they used to, whether due to fear, uncertainty, or lack of opportunities. This means that even with more money in the system, prices may not rise as aggressively as many expect. However, this illusion can end abruptly when market confidence collapses. The great market manipulation. Another concerning point is that the real economy is completely disconnected from what is happening in the financial markets. The S&P 500 index, one of the main indicators of the US stock market, no longer reflects the economy as a whole. It is supposed to represent the 500 largest US companies, but in reality, it is dominated by just 7 tech giants. Additionally, the stock market is being artificially sustained by policies from the Federal Reserve and the US Treasury Department. Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell continue manipulating the economy to prevent a sharp downturn, but all they are doing is delaying the inevitable. The problem is that this manipulation does not benefit ordinary people. On the contrary, it only favors investors and big banks, making the rich even richer while leaving the poor and middle class increasingly vulnerable. The current situation is unsustainable. Public debt is at record levels, government spending is out of control, and at some point, this bubble will burst. History repeats itself. We are heading toward collapse. Uncontrolled money printing always leads to the same outcome: currency collapse. This is nothing new. Lenin, one of the leaders of the Russian Revolution, once said that the best way to destroy a capitalist system is to debase its currency. What we are witnessing in the US right now is exactly that. Since Richard Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard in 1971, money has essentially become just a piece of paper with no real value. The Federal Reserve and the Treasury are merely prolonging an inevitable crisis. When this bubble finally bursts, it won't just be a Wall Street problem, it will be a global catastrophe. Their investments will be wiped out, and their retirement savings will disappear. We are talking about a crisis that could be even worse than the Great Depression. What can you do to protect yourself? Given this scenario, the question everyone should be asking is, how can I protect myself? The answer is simple: financial education. The biggest mistake anyone can make right now is to rely on the government or the financial system to ensure their future stability. The education system has failed most people by not teaching basic financial concepts. Meanwhile, those who understand investments and economics continue to benefit from this flawed system. To protect yourself, it is crucial to invest in real assets. Cash is rapidly losing value due to inflation. That's why assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin may be good options for preserving wealth in the long run. Additionally, the stock market may present incredible opportunities during the crisis. Some of the world's best companies will be available at extremely low prices, and those who know how to seize this opportunity could build significant wealth. However, patience and strategy are essential. Many assets will drop in value before they recover, and only those who are prepared will be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Conclusion: the biggest crisis in history is on its way. The only question is when exactly it will happen. While most people will be panicking, trying to understand what went wrong, those who prepare now will emerge from this crisis stronger and wealthier than ever. So, the choice is yours. Continue believing in government promises or start building your own path to financial freedom. The time to act is now.